World-class athlete turned notorious killer. But is this master manipulator still running the show behind the scenes in lockup? Private gym to Bible study? Here's life in prison for Oscar Pistorius. South African sprinter Oscar Pistorius had his legs amputated below the knees when he was just 11 months old. He then made history in 2012 as the first amputee runner to compete at the Olympics. But on Valentine's Day 2013, the 8-time Paralympic medalist made tragic headlines when he shot and killed his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, inside his home. He claimed he mistook Steenkamp for an intruder, and Pistorius was found guilty of culpable homicide. His sentence was later upgraded to murder. Before the murder upgrade in October 2014, Pistorius was sentenced to 5 years in prison at Hosi Mampuru, a maximum security prison in Pretoria, South Africa. The facility is notorious for gangs and violence, but as one fellow inmate told NBC News,
Pistorius, he was a VIP prisoner. I mean, everything was free for him. He could do whatever he wanted.
Authorities clarified that the athlete's physical limitations were the real reason for his private cell inside the prison's hospital wing. He also got a bath, his own gym, and a nicer bed. Under South African law, Pistorius was eligible to be transferred to house arrest after serving 1/6 of his sentence, or 10 months. Despite an initial pause on his release, Pistorius was allowed to spend the remaining 4 years of his sentence under house arrest at his uncle's mansion in Pretoria.
We've got a gym in the house, and his friends and his trainers come over and assist him.
But BBC News noted that Pistorius had to continue psychotherapy, community service, and steer clear of guns, alcohol, and drugs. He would not have to wear a monitoring device and would be allowed to go to the gym, church, and local stores. Steenkamp's cousin, Kim Martin, told the outlet, "For somebody who shot somebody behind a door 4 times, that's getting off lightly." While Pistorius was serving the remainder of his homicide sentence under house arrest, the Supreme Court of Appeal overturned his previous verdict and found him guilty of murder in December 2015. In July 2016, he was sentenced to 6 years. He was returned to Hosi Mampuru, then eventually transferred to the low-security Attridgeville Correctional Center near Pretoria in November 2016. As the Daily Mail noted, in addition to a private cell with an adapted bathroom, Pistorius was also allowed to grow his own food in the facility gardens. A senior barrister stressed, Pistorius is regarded as a special case, not because he is famous or now notorious, but because he is a double amputee. Jump to November 2017, and the Supreme Court of Appeal extended Pistorius' sentence to 15 years minus time served, amounting to 13 years and 5 months behind bars. 2 months after the sentencing, Pistorius was left banged up and bruised following a prison altercation in December 2017. Pistorius is reportedly involved in a number of inmate activities. Even before he learned farming, the athlete was devoted to gardening. Oscar's father told The Times in December 2018, Oscar, being an artist, didn't just do square blocks of vegetables. He has designed a face. The hair is certain type of veggies, and the ears and mouths are something else. But his biggest pastime appears to be religion. Oscar's dad explained that his son helmed a weekly Bible study and prayer group, adding, "I have no doubt that Oscar has changed the environment in the prison for the better. He is helping to mediate between people and is having a positive influence." In the South African justice system, a program called Victim Offender Dialogue, or VOD, allows victims or their relatives to meet with offenders. This step must be completed before an inmate can ask for parole. And in the case of Pistorius and the Steenkamp family, both sides agreed to take part in VOD in November 2021.
Part of our life is gone.
While Reeva's mother, June, wrote a letter to Pistorius, Reeva's father, Barry, met with Pistorius in person. Later, Barry slammed him for not taking accountability, telling the Daily Mail, "I told Oscar directly that he had shot my daughter deliberately and he denied it. After all these years, we are still waiting for him to admit he did it in anger. That is all we wanted." Pistorius has been allowed to leave prison 3 times, but it has nothing to do with special treatment. As News 24 reported, in 2018 he was granted compassionate leave to attend a memorial service for his 101-year-old grandfather. A spokesperson for the Department of Correctional Services explained it's a common privilege granted to low-risk inmates who take their rehabilitation seriously. Another source from the department claimed that the Oscar he knows is nothing like the one depicted in the media. The insider claimed he buys food for those who can't afford it. Oscar also doesn't deny what he did and shows remorse every day without faking it or to manipulate people's opinions. Pistorius was also granted leave for 2 other family funerals. Pistorius became eligible for parole after serving half of his prison sentence. And in August 2022, he petitioned a court for early release, saying he had surpassed that requirement. A court had ruled in 2021 that the start of his prison term was to be backdated to October 2014, the time of his initial conviction. In an official statement to the court, Pistorius argued, "I humbly submit that I have done everything in my power to rehabilitate, to conduct myself in such a manner as to constantly comply with prison rules, to show full remorse." Riva's mother, June, disagreed, telling Sky News he's not remorseful or rehabilitated. In March 2023, Pistorius was denied parole and told he wouldn't be eligible to apply until August 2024.